if you guys are wondering why this video is being uploaded so late, pretty much all we have to say, it's because YouTube is a piece of shit. YouTube are hypocritical, corrupt bastards. That's why.
If you're wondering why we're saying that, is because for the 5,000 subscriber giveaway, the Ron Shazier autograph giveaway, when we had the link into the description and even at the top of the comment section in the 5,000 subscriber video, they thought that it was a fucking spam. And they gave us a community guideline strike, meaning that we got banned off of YouTube for a week.
Meaning we can't upload, we can't do community posts, we can't go live, nothing for a whole week. Even though we show proof that the jersey is right the fuck here. It's not a fucking spam, people. I remember they did the same thing a few months back when we did that Heath Miller giveaway for Steel Yingers. The winner was Steel Dictate. You shout out to him. Why don't you ask Steel Dictate if that was a fucking scam? Why don't you ask Josh K, who won the Fantasy League last year, if the Rocky Bleier signed jersey was scam?
It's not a scam. The proof is right here.
It's right the fuck here. And they think that it's fucking scam.
They think it's a spam.
And they said that if you think we made a mistake, then you can appeal it.
Which we did.
And they have not given us a response. In fact, the first time they did this with the Heath Miller giveaway, they did the same thing, only it wasn't a strike. The first time we do it, it's a warning. The second time, it's a strike. The first time we did it, which again was the warning, we appealed it. Not one response. That was back in March.
Never got a response whatsoever. And we don't expect a response in this one.
No. We're hoping that this is uploaded a lot sooner than what we're expecting Friday, but we're not getting our hopes up.
No, we're like,
that's absolute fucking bullshit, man.
This should not have happened. You guys should be getting the Texans and Steelers recap literally Sunday afternoon, as well as the Titans preview and the weekly predictions, week 4 predictions earlier. But now, like, we literally, dude, I literally have no words. This is bullshit. This is absolutely bullshit. I'm sick and tired of YouTube.
Yeah.
This should not have happened.
I'm going to read you a little brief, a little bit of what YouTube sent us, an email of them giving us a strike. They said, and I quote, "Hi, SteelTwins. Our team has reviewed your content, and unfortunately, we think it violates our spam, and deceptive practices and scams policy. We've removed the following content from YouTube," which was a URL link to the giveaway. If you guys want to go enlist for the giveaway, the link to that will be pinned at the top of the comment section. Unfortunately, it's going to be at and on our Twitter.
Yeah.
Because, of course, if we do it again, within a 90-day period, we get a second strike, meaning we can't upload for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so, we don't have to deal with that headache again.
So the link to the actual giveaway will be listed on our Twitter.
Yes, the giveaway is still happening. Unfortunately, you can't just go straight to the URL. You're going to have to go to our Twitter to get to the URL.
Now, you don't necessarily have to join Twitter. You can just click the link and still you can click the Twitter link and still click the link in the tweet that we put.
Yes.
So you don't necessarily have to join Twitter to get to the giveaway. The link is still accessible in the tweet. But they've also said, "We know that this might be disappointing, but it's important to us that YouTube is a safe place for all. If content breaks our rules, we remove it." Then why does Jake Paul still have a fucking YouTube channel? Remember when him and Rice Gum back then, or not even, it was just very, very shortly ago, that they were promoting a mystery box website where you would spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on mystery boxes where you can win apparently houses, cars, sneakers, shoes, MacBooks, watches, when literally you can buy the exact same shit and actually get it for half the price on Amazon.
Exactly.
There's a reason why that website is banned. There's a reason why that website doesn't exist anymore. But they can still have their YouTube channels though, right?
Of course, because they're of higher notoriety. They have much more subscribers. They give YouTube the income that they want.
Yes.
They don't care about any of the little and growing YouTubers like us. They don't give a shit. They're just going to think, "Oh, you're breaking rules." What rules have we fucking broken? It's right here. Look at it. What rules are we breaking, man? We've done nothing wrong. You guys just literally won't take the time out of your miserable fucking lives and look at the video to show that we have proof. I'll show it to you again.
It literally takes 2 minutes. Click the link, look at the video, and see that there's fucking proof. Instead of having bots and being lazy sack of shits, why don't you look at the actual video actual human watching. How many employees do you have? How many employees do you guys have over there? There's not one fucking living, breathing, heart-beating human being that can watch that fucking video and say, you know what, this is legit. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's too difficult. That's way too difficult.
YouTube are nothing but hypocritical and corrupt pieces of shit. They only give a fuck about the guys that give them income and views and drive to their website. You guys are hypocritical. You guys are corrupt fucking bastards. Go fuck yourself. And for all the people that you fucked over, even the minor shit about music in the background and sports highlights that you fucked over and say it's a copyright claim or a copyright strike, but when someone with more subscribers does it, they don't get shit. On behalf of all those people that you fucked over, we want to physically and proudly say, Shma, suck my asshole. Go fuck yourself.
YouTube, go fuck yourself, you selfish pieces of fucking shit. All right, now that we got that off of our chest, let's talk about Steelers versus Texans. Steelers versus Texans. Steelers are 3-0.
Yeah, first time that they've started 3-0 since, correct me if I'm wrong, 2010. Was that in itself is a great feeling. It's a great milestone. For the first time in a decade, we've started 3-0. This Houston versus Steelers game was definitely a nail-biter. I'd say pretty much throughout the game. Definitely in the first half, but at the same time, at the end of the...
Or toward the end of the game.
Towards the end of the game, because, of course, Texans were with no timeouts. We were running out the clock as much as possible. We had that 4th-and-1 conversion that they actually made. Claypool, of course, getting that great conversion there, and then he fumbled, and we thought it went out of bounds in the end zone and was a touchback. Thankfully, it wasn't.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a nail-biter, I'd say, throughout the game. And this whole game, it was just, I want to say stressful. I really do.
Oh, it definitely was, especially the first half. But I think overall, the Steelers were very hot and cold and up and down team.
Pretty much throughout the entire game. Like, for example, like the defense, the very first drive that the Texans had, the opening drive of the game, it was an immediate 3-and-out. And then the next drive, the next defensive drive, they allowed a touchdown to, I believe it was Randall Cobb.
Yeah.
And then that was just a reoccurring cycle. They caused a 3-and-out. They caused good pressure. They would force a punt. Then the next drive after that, there'd be another touchdown.
Yeah, it was some sort of weird pattern for at least the first half.
Yes, and the same thing could be said about the offense. There'd be times where they would score points. They'd go down the field, but there would be also times they'd be doing idiotic play calling, and it'd be 3-and-outs, and we have to force a punt, and that would put the Texans in great field position. So stuff like that, man. It was another type of Pittsburgh Steelers type of game where I don't want to say we played down the competition because...
No, I don't think we did. I mean...
The Texans faced two of the best teams in the AFC, or arguably the entire league.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention this in the preview. Being 0-2 and losing to two of the best teams in the NFL, you know, I figured and I knew that they were going to be very frustrated and angry and motivated to get a win, and they almost did coming into Pittsburgh.
Right, and Watson just played his
heart
butt off, especially in the first half. Now in the second half, he didn't do anything. He only got, 60 yards total, while in the first half he had over 200 and 2 touchdowns, I believe. He also threw a pick in the second half. So it was one of those games where we were very stressful and at times exposed and
non-existent pretty much.
Yeah, and then we picked it up in the second half, adjusted greatly on both sides of the football, and won this football game. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much what it was, man. I guess we'll start with the offense. The offense, of course, started off very slow like usual. These slow starts need to, they need to pick it up immediately. They need to start being more aggressive, honestly, because against some of these best teams in the league, it could very well bite us in the ass later on down the stretch. So I think we got to be a little more aggressive towards the start of the game. But,
I definitely agree.
They did start slow, but of course they picked it up. I'd say the offense overall had a pretty good game. I'd say it was honestly their best game of the season.
So far, definitely.
Because they got more guys involved. James Conner easily had his best game of the season. Last week, statistically, I believe he had more yards. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong on that. But last week, statistically, he might have had more yards. But this week, he definitely looked much better. Because last week, he was nothing but one good run, and that was it. This week, man, he looked real good. He was getting continuous big plays in the receiving game, although he dropped a few passes here and there. He was looking real good in the rushing game. He started to look like 2018 Pro Bowl potential James Conner that we know, that we fell in love with a few years back.
He definitely stepped up. He played a lot better. Now, granted, that could be due because the Texans have arguably the worst rush defense in the league. But I'm glad that we're seeing Connor step up big time and playing at a Pro Bowl caliber level, and hopefully he can continue this.
Yeah, and
I really hope so.
And like I said, we got guys involved. We started using the tight ends more, which I think should be a staple in this offense going forward. Eric Ebron had a great game for, getting involved more. He had 5 receptions for 52 yards and an amazing touchdown in the back of the end zone, the corner of the end zone, at the end of the first half. A great first touchdown in the black and gold for Eric Ebron.
Mm-hmm.
And Vance McDonald got the ball a few times, man. We saw 2018 Vance McDonald where you try tackling him and he's just going to run you into the ground and get that yak yardage, that contact yards after contact yardage. So, I think we got to start getting tight ends involved. And speaking of getting people involved, man, we even got to see, for the first time this season, Anthony McFarland. And statistically in the game, he had 6 carries for 42 yards, which is a 7-yard average.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Very good.
And it's a nice, change of scenery. Well, not change of scenery, but
say change of pace.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
with his speed and his agility and his possible playmaking ability that he may have.
Yeah, we didn't see a lot of Benny Snell in this game. We saw him, on 3rd and 1s, kind of like the role he used last year where he was the power back in that short yardage deal.
Yeah.
We saw more James Conner, and then we used Anthony McFarland in the change of pace back, and it really helped this rushing game. And the rushing game overall had a fantastic game, man. I think it's something that we ought to use more. I don't want to see Jalen Samuels anymore, just to be real with you. I think McFarland, although he's just played his one game, he definitely looked real good. I think we ought to start using him as the change of pace back, which is why we drafted him.
Well, of course.
I want to see Benny Snell get mixed in there more because after that Week 1 game, he definitely has some potential still.
Yeah.
And he did not fumble this week.
As a matter of fact, the entire offense actually did not give the ball away once.
That's the first time in almost 2 years.
So I'm glad to see that. And I actually heard before the game actually started that the Texans didn't allow a turnover yet on defense.
Yes.
I was like, well, one's going to happen because the offense has a tendency of giving the ball away.
That was not the case today.
Thank God.
So they kept the hold of the ball. They did not turn the ball over once on the offense, so great job for them, man. Ben even had a good game. He had over 200 yards, 237 yards, and 2 touchdowns, so another good game on Ben's part, man. He connected with Ebron and Juju. He had a good game as well, a wide-open touchdown towards the end of the second half.
Pretty much a walk-in touchdown.
Pretty much.
He literally walked right in there.
The offense definitely looked better than they did the past 2 weeks. Definitely the best they've looked all season so far. There was at one point where they scored back-to-back touchdown drives.
Mm-hmm.
And that was at the end of the second half where we were down 14-3, which was great. Offense was moving down the field very nicely. Most of the game, the offense was pretty balanced. Of course, there were some horrible play callings and 3-and-outs. We're still seeing draws, shotgun draws on 2nd and 19s and 2nd and 18s and 2nd and very longs, which forces the offense into a corner, or backs them into the corner, and forces them to convert on 3rd and 25,786.
Right, pretty much. And
how do you expect them to convert if it's 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16, when you run a draw on a 2nd and 19 and only gain 1 yard out of it?
Exactly. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say we are getting sick and tired of seeing that shit. We really are.
Plus,
it's
these
dumb.
screens that don't freaking work or rarely work.
No.
It's just stupid, small little play callings that make no sense that kind of left points off the board.
Yeah. I definitely say so.
And even we used Jalen Samuels on a 3rd and 1 in the opening possession, which I don't understand why you use Jalen Samuels, your 4th best running back on the roster, on a 3rd and 1. That's what Benny Snell and James Conner are for.
Exactly.
So I want to say they're minor, but at the same time they're not, because I feel like that could come into play real seriously, like it almost did today.
Yeah, and almost bit us in the ass.
Right.
When it came to those plays.
So stuff like that still irks the shit out of us, and it needs to slim down a bit. But for the most part, man, nonetheless, the offense had their best game, man. We got a lot more guys involved, which is great to see. We spread the ball a little more. James Conner had his best game. Eric Ebron had a great game. We got to see Anthony McFarland a little bit. Juju looked good, man. Deontay Johnson did get injured. I forget what injury it was.
It was a concussion. He suffered a concussion injury, so I'm expecting him to be out for at least a week, maybe 2, depending on how severe it is.
Yeah.
So that's definitely going to suck. But
He was definitely missed on the field because that is Ben's most targeted receiver thus far this season.
But I did also see when he was out that we were trying to get Chase Claypool involved a lot more. So if that's the case for next week against the Titans, that's something that I'm definitely going to be looking forward to.
Absolutely, because we all know the potential Chase Claypool has.
And it has already done so far.
Right. So
overall, offense did very good. I think they did very good, and I hope they definitely grow throughout the weeks.
Yeah, they're very balanced. They got more guys involved. I really liked it.
Yeah, seriously.
And they finished strong, So they adjusted nicely. They finished strong in the at the end of the first half, and then they came back in the second half. Although outside of a few, idiotic play callings, they finished strong, and James Conner got the game-winning stealing touchdown plus a 2-point conversion to Juju. So good stuff from the offense, man. So I'm hoping they can just remain consistent, keep up this type of stuff, man. And I think that match with the way that the defense played in the second half, I think this is a good look at the Steelers football team.
It definitely is.
Because the defense, they finished strong. In the second half, they looked much better. They allowed 0 points compared to the first half where they allowed 3 touchdowns, 21 points. So that's great. They only allowed 50 total yards or something like that.
Right.
So outside of a few plays here and there in the second half, which, is expected because the middle of the field is still their weak point right there. The secondary is still kind of iffy, is suspect right there. Honestly, a little bit, especially Steven Nelson. He looked great last year, but the past few weeks he has not looked great. Mike Hilton got beaten coverage for that Randall Cobb touchdown, although he rebounded with a great interception in the second half in which the Steelers offense did rebound with a touchdown, which is great on that.
Mm-hmm.
Love that type of stuff. Hopefully we see more of that. But the first half defense was horrible. It reminded us of 2015, and we all know how stressful that was.
Yeah,
we allowed little pressure, didn't really get to Watson much.
I mean, it's hard to get to Watson, though. Watson is a hell of a quarterback, arguably top 5, top 3.
Absolutely.
Whatever, how you want to rank him.
And we tried blitzing him too much, and, of course, Watson is a great quarterback. He reads that, adjusts, and makes big plays out of it.
Exactly.
Especially on his feet. That's the type of player Watson is.
Yeah.
He's a great quarterback. He is, and with the weapons he had today, he had a pretty good game against our defense. That shows you how great Watson really is. Top 5 quarterback, no doubt, in this league.
Yeah.
Seriously. The first half defense, especially the secondary, was just atrocious. It was miserable. But, in the second half, they adjusted and finished strong. And that's pretty much the story of this entire Steelers defense so far this year. They give up some plays here and there, but they finished strong. And that was another showcasing today. In the second half, they allowed 0 points, got to the quarterback 5 times throughout the entire game, got a Mike Hilton interception. So it was real good there. And the offense did what they had to do off of that interception and scored the game-winning touchdown.
Absolutely.
So, pretty, I'd say it's a good performance on the Steelers, honestly, from both sides of the ball. It's just, I wish we could see a little more consistency throughout the entire team, throughout the entire game.
Yes, I agree.
Enough of these slow starts and these, iffy, play callings or iffy performances because that's suspect.
And even on the defense, too, they're giving up a lot of plays, even especially the first half. They were very worrisome. It made a lot of Steelers fans very worried about the game overall.
Yes.
But knowing this defense, they are clutch, and they come up big when need be.
Yes.
I'm glad that's the case, but I would like them to slow down the big plays.
Yes.
At least limit them.
Or at least, start aggressive and then just keep that consistent throughout the whole game, honestly. So stuff like that we're going to get better with. Remember, it's still early, no preseason. Guys are still learning and communicating and getting chemistry going.
I'm sure they're definitely going to adjust.
So, and that's what they did today, and it looked really good in the second half outside of a few things here and there, but that's expected.
Yeah.
So good on the Steelers coaching staff and good on the Steelers team overall for adjusting in the second half, taking this win from the Houston Texans, and pretty much winning this game and going 3-0 for the first time since 2010 at home. So that's good that we got the win there, man. Minor stuff to fix up. I'm hoping that we see that in the next coming weeks. But next week, it's not going to be an easy challenge. We have the Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill's on fire right now. We all know what Derrick Henry consists of. So we're going to have a tough matchup against Tennessee at Tennessee.
Yeah, and they are also 3-0. So we're definitely going to see a loss.
Yes.
No matter who it is. It's going to be a tough challenge. And going up against Derrick Henry, in which I think the Steelers actually have the number 1 rush defense, that's definitely going to be a true test.
Yes. In fact, the rush defense today was great outside of that one touchdown we gave to David Johnson. The rush defense is great. The pass rush is, of course, great. Secondary is becoming a little suspect, but I'm hoping they can get that chemistry going and rebuilding and give us that spark, give us those memories from last year.
Exactly.
And I'm hoping that's the case.
Get some takeaways there.
I'm hoping that's the case. Against Tennessee Titans, it's not going to be an easy matchup against Tannehill, and A.J. Brown might be back. But it's great that we got the win, man. We're 3-0 going up against Tennessee Titans, who are also 3-0. Hopefully we get the win there. But you guys can expect a preview coming very soon, man, because YouTube's a piece of shit. So it's going to be a little delayed. But, yeah, you guys know all about that story from the beginning of this video. Not going to waste any more of your guys' time. Let us know your guys' thoughts down below, man. We got the win. Here we go. Steelers, Tennessee Titans coming up next, man. Here we go.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.
Peace!